Alright guys, we are live. Let me know. We'll give you guys 1-2 minutes as always. Check the audio, get you guys these questions in. Number 1, where are you joining from? Number 2, how's your portfolio? Number 3, how are you managing your portfolio in times where the fear and greed is at 10? Let me just post some stuff and let me just check the audio while I do this and we'll get going. Times where the fear and greed is at 10. Okay, audio's good. Alright guys, 1-2 minutes. Gonna pull up some stuff and we'll go from there. Got some interesting stuff to share. I'll share at the end. I added another DeFi position because I can't help myself with how I think the market's going to go. So we'll talk about that at the end. Greece portfolio non-existent. Why is it non-existent? Did you go too heavy in shitcoins, or what happened? What happened, and how can we set ourselves up to not make that the reality in 26, 27, maybe 28? Okay, but Greece is a nice place. I remember going to Greece in COVID times with one of my econ buddies, and we had the best time. It was absolutely fantastic. It was one of the smaller islands though, so it wasn't actually Greece. I can't remember the name. Good times. Let's go. How we doing, Parker? You good? He's dead. All right. Calling this video Classic J Gordon Tale from back in the day, but I wanted to go over some stuff and then I'll show you the new pool position I'm running. Just give me 1 second. Can you go? You just distracted me. Thank you, bro. Editor is just smiling at Parker, and then Parker smiles at me and then just completely wrecks the stream. Okay. Fear and Greed Index is at 10. Very interesting times, right? Yesterday was 12. Parker talked about this as well in one of his videos, that it was 5. But last month was neutral, right? So we always talk about this, and this is fucking old news, but most people don't want to listen to this. And it's just about fucking buying when prices are so disgusting, especially on Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you can do that, I can almost guarantee you'll be fine. It's when it gets to speculative plays that we talked about before. And by the way, guys, just like yesterday, if you want to drop your coins, I know you guys are wanting to do that, just drop them. We'll have a look at them at the end because I'm not afraid to roast your coin. But it better have a good price action or it's probably going to be roasted. So Fear and Greed Index is at 10. And it's very difficult times, but I know about you at home, but me and Parker have been buying, and we buy every single day with our DeFi liquidity pools. But this is still at disgusting times. You have to ask yourself, or is this when you start buying at cheaper prices of the coins you desire to bring down those DCAs? There's really only 2 options. You can either do that, or you just do nothing, or you sell and you just don't go all in like you said you were going to do. Question here, I've only invested in stocks. I see the opportunity in crypto long term. I'm still new learning about the sector. Cool, listen up. You're probably going to learn a bunch. And the good news is if you've not invested in crypto, or recently, you're going to learn a bunch of lessons without maybe having to put your hard money at risk. Next thing I want to talk about is this, Google Trends. It's just funny how low Bitcoin is compared to gold, right? Bitcoin is like in the toilet in terms of what people are searching worldwide in the last 90 days compared to gold. I think that's pretty funny because what we've seen happen was everybody was crypto daft. When it started to not do well, they went into gold, etc., etc. And just looking at Bitcoin here in the toilet, everybody went to gold. Everybody bought the peaks of 5.5 thousand, the highest it's ever been. And now you're back at 4.9. And this just goes to show you where people FOMO buy, they always lose. They flock to something after they're already down in the last 4 months, e.g. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, altcoins, whatever. They go and buy the top of gold because they think that's the next thing that's going to get them rich. They buy that, they sell at the low, and then they just don't know what to do. So that is interesting. And what I find very interesting is always comparing whatever asset you're looking at against Bitcoin. And this is Bitcoin versus gold. And yes, Bitcoin is going down compared to gold in the short term, but you can see since inception how well Bitcoin has performed against gold. And remember, gold has done well as well. It's always went up, but this is Bitcoin over gold. So you can imagine as well, Bitcoin over the US dollar is being a good friend of yours if you've been in the game long enough. I'll get to questions at the end. Don't worry. We'll talk about So that's interesting. But what I want to talk about as well is this. 13 is where we are right now. The other slide said 10. But again, just comparing this to last month, you're at 50, right? It was neutral. Everybody was thinking, oh, I don't know what to do, kind of don't know what's going to happen. Now we're at 13, okay? There's a big difference on how much money you make if you're buying. I'm not telling you to buy, but if you're buying at 10, 12, 13, even 5 the other day on the fear and greed, compared to buying at 50, 60, 70, like just logically, it just doesn't make sense if you do believe in crypto for the long term, but you're buying literally when everybody's greedy, and you're not prepared to buy when stuff is cheap, when it's fearful, because that's where you make all the money. Most people buy greed, many sell fear. You have to learn to do the opposite, and we've talked about this literally for years and years and years and fucking years, but when push comes to shove, well, nobody wants to actually fulfill. And I get it, it's difficult. It's difficult for me to buy as well, and I've been buying recently for the DeFi portfolio. I'm going to show you that at the end. But it is difficult to do it. But honestly, if you just did it and you did nothing else on crypto with Bitcoin and Ethereum, the alts are obviously more speculative, you have to be careful, you would just win long term. You would literally always win all the time, because we know since inception with Bitcoin, you've always won when you've bought extreme fear. You've always fucking won. Anyways, next thing, which I thought was interesting, was this is an old screenshot of one of my videos from before, but it basically represents the point of what I'm trying to display here is, if you go back to March 2020, okay, one of the best times to buy crypto, obviously it would have been better to buy in 2011, 2010, etc., but if we just compare this to the fear and greed, this was the best times to buy crypto because crypto was in the toilet with C19's whoopsie doopsie, but guess what? Those fear and greed levels were at 10, 11. On pretty much where we are right now. The problem right now is Bitcoin isn't $34,000, $4,000 anymore. Bitcoin is 65, 70K right now. Okay, that's just the problem, and what I always say, that you get in at the price you deserve. You can't go and buy a Bitcoin for 34K. You're never going to be able to have that opportunity again if you guys are waiting for that, because a lot of people have said, yes, sub 10K Bitcoin, not thinking they're being serious. Maybe some of them are, but like you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So the best thing you can just take away from this part of the video is just not looking at Bitcoin's price, looking at that fear and greed index if you want a longer term mindset where you can actually sleep at night, and just buying when you think it makes sense on that. So that's interesting. And this is when Bitcoin, like I said, was at $3,000, $4,000. But what happened? This was one of the best fucking runs that we've ever seen in cryptocurrency. Literally one of the best. And I remember vividly, because this is the run that I got in, but I didn't get in at the $4,000, $5,000 prices. I was a little P-word, a little puss, because I was buying in at 17, 18, 19K because this is my first time in cryptocurrency. I didn't really know what to do. I was like, oh, maybe it could go lower. And truthfully, there was a time in this space where I was making a lot of money in e-commerce in my business, and I was like, I need to put some of this money to work, because there's no point having hundreds of thousands of pounds in a bank account that just dies to inflation. So I got in at around 17, 18K Bitcoin and a bunch of Ethereum at about $450 to $500. And I did miss the initial bottom, but this was literally the first time I've seen a HODL portfolio on paper grow so fucking fast, because as you can see on Bitcoin's chart, it literally just went up, and this was over weeks, over months. And it was one of the best things I've seen. And one of the first things of like making money when you're sleeping, when you're actually sleeping, happened to me. It was a crazy time. It was a crazy time. And I'm sure many of you guys were involved in this. Just some of us, if not most of us, didn't understand how to take profits because we didn't know. We thought it was going to go up forever. And that's when you can look at the price of 2021's of $69,000, whatever. The fear and greed was probably at 70, 80, 90. Okay. Yes, bro. Next thing that I haven't spoke about in a while is the empty money supply. I used to speak about this a lot, but then it's just like I just got bored of talking about this. So it's been probably about 6 months since I've really touched on this. And this is when we talk about the M2 money supply in the real world compared to Bitcoin's price. You can see on screen right now, the M2 money supply is in the pink kind of purple line, and the Bitcoin's price is in the white line, right? And this typically means if the M2 goes up, you get this lag effect, okay? I used to always say when I was doing the research before, you get about, 12 weeks before Bitcoin's price really reflects the price of the M2 money supply. And what that really means is consumers, retail, even some of the big players literally have more money that causes them to just spend, okay? which equals risk on mode for cryptocurrency. I don't want to talk about altcoins in this one. I'm just trying to talk about Bitcoin in this part because you can do whatever you want to do with your altcoins. But I think it's very interesting through pretty much every single cycle that when M2 money has went up, that lag effect of 12 weeks usually refers Bitcoin going up. There's just a caveat that I want to talk about when it doesn't kind of work in a second, but you're going to get more liquidity, and this is happening in real time. You're going to get people who are flush with cash, and people flock away from low yield saving accounts, like that 3 to 4% that we typically get in the UK, into higher risk growth plays, like Bitcoin. Investors buy Bitcoin at this time as hard money because you get that fixed supply of 21 million. And honestly, there's been millions of Bitcoins already lost, so I don't know what the actual number is, but it's probably 18, 19, 20 million, not that 21. It's probably a million or so Bitcoins being lost in a hardware wallet somewhere in a seed phrase that's never going to be touched. And that's good for us. But what I will say, compared to cash, and this is why this happens, because literally Bitcoin cannot be printed, and cash will always be printed. You know, your US dollar, your GBP, etc., etc. But there's also this lag effect that we talked about, which is that 12 weeks. So you're probably saying, well, Jake, cryptocurrencies are going up. Well, you get that lag effect. But there's also the problem that we have, which is this, okay? When the market goes down, like we've seen in 2022, okay, that's when M2 goes down, okay? The other issue is if there's a lot of liquidations that there has been recently because the markets went down, that's when you're not going to see it happen in the short term. But again, you guys should be all invested for the long term, which I think is very important, because some of you guys will look at this and say, well, it's empty money's going up, so why isn't crypto? Well, there's so many liquidations, it's not been that 12 weeks yet. But again, this is what happens. Crypto enthusiasts have claimed that Bitcoin, digital gold, can also be trusted to hedge against inflation. Because the real is this. I was doing some quick research. I asked this AI Google mode, like, show me the inflation rate of food, and I always compare this to steak because that's pretty much all I eat in the UK. And this talks about beef steaks, and you probably noticed yourself, and I think this is fucking crazy. Like, prices rose 17.8% year over year in December 2025 for just beef. For ground beef, it's 15%. Every single fucking year, your steaks are going up 17.8%. Did you get a job increase of 17.8%? Fuck no. Definitely not. Did your savings account beat this inflation rate? Definitely not. Definitely not. The only thing it does is assets. So this is why this happens, because we need basic stuff to survive. And if you look at the rents, this is when it gets really crazy. Pretty much rent has went up $50 every single year since 2015, and that equates to about $600 per year, $50 a month, which is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. And this is why people talk about that M2 going up. It's like people literally need to take this bet for most of the time. The problem is they're taking the bet on riskier meme coins because they just don't want to fucking play the hard game. And then they get wrecked, and then it's just, you know, it's just becoming unaffordable to live in times like this for the normal person. Like rent, the average in 2025 is $2,100. Well, if you only make $3K a month, it's like, fuck, you've already lost a decent chunk of that. Food is $610. Utilities $370. Like, you have no money left if you're a 9 to 5 or making $3K. You have no money left. And this is the biggest problem, and this is why people flock to blue chip altcoins, and they end up losing even more. Just scares me, man. Just scares me. This is my portfolio, current time recording. Don't worry, I'll get to questions. Current portfolio right now is at 621. In the last 24 hours, we're at $9,000. Nobody really cares about that. But this is where we are. And this is how I can take big bets and seeing Gala games go down so much, but still having my main assets do well, okay? So this is what I want you guys to think about in 2026 and 2027 is maybe not take the riskier bets on the shitty coins, build up the main bags first, because if you don't, it just becomes so hard, okay? So what do we take from this and what can we do, okay? Firstly, I'll never tell you what you to do. I only tell you what I'm doing, so hopefully you can appreciate that. Like I said, my main portfolio, I'm not touching. By the way, drop your comments right now, guys. We're going to get to them in a second, so now's a good time. If you want any help or any questions at all about any single coin, I'll have a look at them. So my main portfolio, not touching. I'm happy with the amount of Bitcoin, Ethereum I have. Although the dollar value might be down, I still hold the same amount of Bitcoin for a better whenever I decide to make any moves. But I probably will never, to be honest. What I would say is really have a look at your portfolio going into 2026, and I would ask yourself to go and look at the projects that you may be invested in and just see if those projects are actually making moves because you don't want to hold coins another 50% down if they've already went 50% down. I can almost guarantee most coins have. The issue I'm noticing with people on these live streams is they're DCing into these coins, they're following all the right things, but they're DCing into bad horses that'll never recover. Just personal opinion, okay? So what I would tell you to do is if you don't have any Bitcoin, and if you don't have any Ethereum, I can comfortably say, because you'll probably be fine in the next 5 to 10 years, I would get yourself some, to be honest. If you can handle volatility and you think prices are okay right now, but they could fall, I would start to build, honestly, Bitcoin Ethereum bags. That's what I would do. Inflation is a new hidden tax. It absolutely is, and it's getting out of control. Just most people don't realize it because most people don't have any money. Once you start getting into the 6 figures in your bank account, it no longer becomes the stage of like save, save, save. It becomes on like, how do I get this money moving so I can just break even against inflation? And a lot of people think inflation is 3%. It's fucking not. It's not. We just looked at fucking food prices at 17% on a basic fucking steak. You got to make 17% on your money every single year to just keep up with the price of steak. Okay? Your savings account, you're losing 13% if you get 4. So you're going to die eventually in terms of money. So that's why when you get to that 100K mark in your bank account, you got to get it moving. You can't save yourself there. It's not going to make sense. It will still say 100K, but what it can get you is far less. And that's what people need to understand because it's getting out of control. And this is why we take the bet on cryptocurrency, but we have to stop taking the bet on cryptocurrency in a long way or you're going to end up losing. Yes, literally have been saying that. And here we are today. And here you are still watching. GG. It's a good title. It gets people to click and hopefully it gives you a good narrative. So don't mind the YouTube game, bro. That's how it works. Do you invest in S&P 500 small percent? I have £500,000 and 521,000 pounds in S&P. I have a big amount of money. That probably equates to $750,000. I'm very, very heavy in the S&P and I did that over the last 4 months. Literally 100,000 pound clips every single month. And that is because, number one, my dad made me do it, just in case this went south. And also, it's just something that will go up that 10% year over year with the big dips along the way. And it's something where, honestly, I'll be honest, once you get to this kind of level, I wouldn't do it if you're under 10K, 20K, 30K. I would take that S&P for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But honestly, once you get past like millionaire status or whatever you want to call it, it's nice to have that because you know you can always trust that. Now, I have that built in different accounts in the UK. I have one in Vanguard, I have one in Trading 212, and I have one in Invest Engine. You know, pretty much split 3 ways. But that gave me a lot of confidence, and I will thank my dad for that. I'm very grateful for that because it's like cryptocurrency doesn't have to do that well in the short term, but I know that money is going to be safe in the S&P 500. So I'm grateful for that. It's not going to give me the best returns, but it does give me less sleepless night when cryptocurrency is tough. And yeah, so I do have that. He is a smart man. You know, he's very much work hard in your life, you know, save money when you can, which is fine. And, you know, he gave me some good frameworks in my life, but the problem with his framework, in my opinion, it doesn't work in the new age, right? He wanted me to go and work a good job and then provide the ranks. But when I was doing the maths on that, logically, the kind of lifestyle that I wanted to live, which is probably what you want to live in Thailand, where I can make money from my laptop, that's where you got the code error 404. It didn't line up, right? Because no matter how much money I can make providing the ranks and his little jobs in the UK and Dumfries, it would never get me freedom. You couldn't pay me 100K per month in a job, which is never going to happen, by the way, for the normal job, because I would still be stuck in the UK, okay? I would rather make far less than being here with you guys, just personally. So he's very smart in some ways, but some of his ways are very old. And it's different, right? 30 years ago, he bought a house or whatever, 40 years ago, and that house just went up like 10x. Nowadays, it's impossible. So times have changed. But he was smart for his time. We need to be smart for our time because the rules have changed about investing. The rules have changed. You can't buy the S&P with $100 a week and get yourself rich. It's not going to happen. You can't buy a house and get yourself rich because it's not going to happen. And this is why we're blessed with this new asset class, but it's very risky. Next, what have I been doing? So what I did do, I'll refresh this page. I added, what did I add? Guess what? Whoopsie doopsie, I added another Ethereum pool, $19,700, about $20,000. Fees are not accurate on this to be 100%. We all know that. But it's still doing more than 10% per month. But if we just take away that, projected we're about to make 7,455. I've now crossed the $3,000 mark, which is very nice to see, and this gives me a lot of confidence. Like, this is something that you guys should think about. If you don't want to invest any money in crypto, but you're crypto rich, e.g. you have a portfolio of 20 to 30K minimum, okay, it could be 10K, and you're cash poor, maybe you're just sick of throwing in money in every single month because you've done that for the last 1 to 2 years. What you can do is not to copy this. You have your own portfolio, but this is something that I show you that I do because I want to help you guys. But you can do this with many other coins. So this portfolio has now crossed the $3,000 mark in free USDC and fees. That's $3,000 I would never have, and I don't even think we're a month into this, which is crazy. So the APR might not always be represent to what it says it does, and VFAT's just, you know, being a little bit higher than what it says, so I get that. But I have made $3,000 in a very short amount of time for doing absolutely nothing, providing 2 pools or a range, and we've already talked about them. So the new range is, if you guys are interested, because most of you guys are, this is a very short-term play to the upside. If we get that pump up to $2,400, I'll be automatically taking the profits because I'll be cashed out to USDC. On the downside, I'm down to 1.3K, which could happen, it could not happen, but now I'm printing an extra $3,000 in this month projected. It's probably more like $2,500 with the accurate APY. But the good news is I've ticked off that 3K in fees since starting these pools. The next goal is 5, and it's going to be very easy to scale to $10,000. And it doesn't matter how much you have. You know, everybody starts at their own level. So I'm obviously very bullish on these pools because I wouldn't do them without it. I like Ethereum at these prices. I like the ranges for the APRs you get. And so I'm starting to scale this pool up, getting close to $100,000. But yeah, that is something that you can do if you're cash poor, maybe crypto rich. Get yourself in some pools that you like. And again, if you have questions, I'll answer them at the end, but I've pretty much been transparent and I will answer all your questions if you have them at the end of this stream, because I feel like if I can do that, I give you guys some value. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm stacking cash flow. I'm at 3,000 in free fees and starting these pools. And I've showed you the MetaMask. And this is where you can take those sleepless nights and sleep like a baby, because it always feels like you're doing damage, regardless of the price, because you're buying every single day. You know, and again, I'll always show you guys, here's my ranges. These are new range, very tight. And I know a lot of people have been asking, where do I join? If I'm interested in getting that one-to-one help, you can. What really I do is I show you how it's done. And if you want that one-to-one help, you can do. It's in the link in the pinned description here. You guys can go and check out all the results. And you can book a free call if you're interested. I don't need to plug this too hard, but some guys have been asking what actually is. And it's just about getting that passive income. And we really do this for you in under 30 days. Even if you're a complete beginner. But you must have a cryptocurrency portfolio or it's not going to work, because we don't do trading, we don't do anything like that. We just sell you the implications of getting that one-to-one help if you don't want to make the mistakes. Or you can ask me here for free and I'll try and give you as much value as possible. So there you go. Questions? What up, what up, what up? All right, let's get some questions. We've got over 100 people in here. It's good to see you guys. Let's run through them. So if you guys have questions on pools, if you guys have questions on the market, if you guys have a question on anything, I'll give you the answers to the best of my ability. If you guys just want to say what's up, if you guys want to like the stream, I'll appreciate that. If you guys want to share this with a friend, you can do whatever you want to do. We're going to Koh Samui tomorrow. Going to be very excited about that. And I'm very excited to show the guys with Parker some of the strategies we've been running. Okay. Where are we at? I've been in crypto for a year and a month. I bought some at high prices. Now I'm down. I'm trying to catch the bottom, but I'm not sure where we are, or will it go down a lot more? So the good thing is you've been buying cryptocurrency for a year. It's probably been somewhat tough. I don't know what you've bought. I'm just going to presume that what most people do, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some shitcoins. I'm just going to presume. So you've DCA'd on the way up and DCA'd on the way down, I'm guessing. The problem with your question is trying to catch the bottom. You're not going to catch the bottom. It's fucking impossible. There's a reason why I've bought Ethereum. Not heavily, but heavily for most people, 67K. Are all different kind of prices to enter these pools, because number one, I've been in the game long enough where I know it's impossible to catch the bottom. It's just not going to happen. But number two, I'm DCing on the way down, so I'm getting more Ethereum. And number three, the combination of turning these into pools, so I can buy Ethereum every single day, every single hour, but I'm selling that Ethereum for cash because I'm running this as a cash flow position right now. So the best thing you can do is to take away trying to find the bottom and get rid of that mindset. If you want to try and buy Ethereum or whatever coins you have in Bitcoin, etc., put them in pools. Put them in pools because you're going to buy regardless of trying to time it perfectly well. And if you've already got a cryptocurrency portfolio, like you said, for the last 1 year and a month, you don't have to buy anything more. You can put them in pools and then just deploy them, and you're going to be able to buy without plugging that fresh money in. I do believe this year is going to be so bad for crypto and stocks. Wait until midterms and then put some capital, start decent in the project I believe. Amazing. You know, again, doesn't matter what you believe. The fact is, you're going to stick to that promise and you do what you're going to do. If you've already got cryptocurrency, you're going to be fine. If it goes down more, you can buy more. If it doesn't, well, you're already going to ride it on the way back up. So you're good. So ready. What do you think about Ghostware's crypto US here? What do I think about Ghostware OS? I don't know what that is, bro. Sorry, maybe give me more context. Should we wait till October to buy in? If I had a crystal ball and prices were lower, I would say yes, but I buy every single day using my DeFi liquidity pools. So you don't have to, but you could. I don't want to give you an answer because whatever you say is like, oh, Jake told me not to buy or Jake told me to buy. I don't fucking know. I can only tell you what I'm doing, and I just bought 20K more of Ethereum this morning to put in that pool. So I can't tell you what to do. Stock markets are rolling over now. Gold and silver rolled over. Bitcoin is not going up. Got to be patient. We talked about the empty money supply. Give it 12 weeks and then stop the liquidations. You'll be off to the races. Buy XCN now. Thank me in a few months. Probably not a good idea, so don't do that. I am just in disbelief that the 4-year cycle is just going to repeat perfectly again. Well, the 4-year cycle is already dishambled. It's past. October, whatever it is, 2025, September, whatever. Like, Bitcoin was really the only coin that got that. So the 4-year cycle is finished. That's done. Yep. Tom Lee has lost $7 billion. He is cooked. If that's true, yeah, but like the fact that he has lost $7 billion told you that he probably has so much more money in the real world. Like, he's fucking beating us all. Like, $7 billion, if he's lost that, not remaining what he has left, it's probably not $7 billion, let's be honest. But like, he's beating all us. Like, he's beating me, he's beating you, regardless if he's actually lost that. And I believe he bought 82 million in Ethereum the other day at 40,000 Ethereum, so he's gonna be fine. Because you know why? I think you said it here. They can maintain downturn because they have huge incomes. They have big businesses, right? So it doesn't matter how much they're down on paper. They're just buying Bitcoin, Ethereum. Okay, MicroStrategy, MicroStrategy or Bitcoin. Tom Lee, I think Ethereum and some Bitcoin. It doesn't fucking matter because we all know the price is going to be up tremendously in at least the next decade. They have huge businesses where they can substantially fucking not get wrecked. So it doesn't really fucking matter. They're in a different game. Inflation is the new hidden tax. Exactly. That's what we really want to show in this video. Yes, I do invest in the S&P, and it's not a small amount. So you think we're in a bear market, the best time to buy? I don't think about this stuff, bro. I just buy. I buy and I put it in pools on the coins I like, which is Ethereum right now for the Thailand portfolio guys. And literally 2 days, 1 day will be there. I set wide ranges. I don't have to worry. My bottom range in Ethereum is $1,000. So there you go. I just care about buying assets when it's fear and greed index. That's why I showed you that start. If we're below fucking 2025, which we're nowhere near there, I'll buy, bro. I'll buy. What top 5 cryptos are you holding long term? I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR, I mean, Solana, and everything else. I wouldn't really like to recommend you, but I can just show you in terms of like holdings in the holder portfolio: Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR, Quan, and Solana. If you're talking about dollar value, how heavy I am in these, that's literally it. So that's it. Thoughts on BitTensor? Is that BitTensor Tau? Pretty sure that coin's cooked. A lot of you guys are still buying this because YouTubers are still saying it's going to 100x. I mean, bro, it's just done terrible, man. Like, why are we guys touching this? I get it. It's like render, etc. Like, the coins have just done terrible, bro. Like, it's down more than 50% since all-time high. Yes, it can go back there. You can make good DCAs, but like, you build up the Bitcoin Ethereum first and then do this. That's what I would do. And if you've already done this, fine, buy BitTensor Tau, but like, don't get it backwards, bro. But I do think it's a good project. But it's just like, I would be way more comfortable if you had Bitcoin Ethereum as your main bags first. That's the reason why, you know, I have so much HBAR, because I built the Bitcoin Ethereum first. So like, regardless if HBAR fizzles away and BitTensor fizzles away, you're going to be fine, bro. So that's just my opinion, bro. Because I want you guys to actually guarantee to win. If this doesn't do well or if this does well, it doesn't really matter because you're guaranteed to win with other coins. What's your favorite gum? Nicorette. Nicotine gum only is my favorite gum, and that's what I always chew. Sorry to the guys that don't like that chew, but that's my favorite gum. Because I don't want to smoke. Do pills have to be 50-50 from 2 assets? No, they don't. Wife changing money left my arse off? Yes, sir. I need 2 more this year. That's the go. What top 5 cryptos you're already holding long term? We already answered that. At current time recording Bitcoin, and it's been like this for literally years. Bitcoin, Ethereum, HBAR, QNT, Solana, and I'm using Ethereum here outside of this HODL bag. So I think I have, I don't know, maybe 30 more Ethereum. I don't know what the numbers are. But if I could only choose one coin long term, it would be Ethereum, hands down. It has the safety for me, and it has the potential to beat Bitcoin in terms of return, not dollar value. That's what I would choose if I had to bet. Are the APRs accurate on a monthly basis? No, they're a little bit less, to be honest. And again, a lot of people won't tell you this. VFAT's just been weird. I was saying to Parker the other day, or he was saying to me, VFAT's just been gay for the last 2 months, where it's saying, okay, well, you're making, let me just see on this one, $7,500. This is probably more close to $5,000, to be honest. So it's maybe like, I don't know, 80, 90, which again, I'm still fine with. The goal is not to look at this. It's to say, if I can take 40% off of this, which is probably more realistic right now, and you'll get the high days, by the way, you'll get high days above this. Would you still be happy? And we always go for 8%, 7% minimum. And we're talking about Ethereum, guys. We're not talking about your shit coins. We're talking about the number 1 altcoin in the game, the number 2 asset in the game. So, yeah, don't expect this. Like, if you're one of those guys that go, oh my God, I'm making 103%, not 132%, you're fucking looking at the data too much. You just got to relax. Because you will get some big swaps that'll push this number up, right? That'll happen. But you can't look at this number and expect it to be there, because your base pay is on people swapping for your liquidity. So it changes every single second. It changes all the fucking time. All that matters is, are there any good coins you're in, and what are you doing with them, and your fucking ranges. So just keep that in mind. Very important. Is it best to do USDC pools in these bear times, or asset to asset? You do whatever you want to do, bro. You do whatever you want to do. Without seeing your portfolio, have no idea. No idea. Why is fucking 20 million people asking me what my top 5 cryptos are? It shouldn't matter to you, because you shouldn't do what I'm doing, but it's right in front of you. Having 621K in crypto is criminal? Is it? I don't think it's that much, bro. This portfolio was at 1.3 million at the peak. So this portfolio is like fucking cut in half. 621K, bro, honestly, is nothing. It's fucking nothing. It's not even £500,000 anymore. And I get it can be a lot to some people, but like, if you want big goals, you have to think of like, well, how do I get to 6 million? And your goals have to be so unrealistic that they almost become impossible. And even if you don't make them, you're going to make a better fucking impact. Okay, because if you just have goals that 621K is so much, you're not going to push yourself, bro. 621K is nothing, bro. Can't even buy a fucking good house in the UK. Fucking nothing. But you take that as like, okay, how do I get better? Okay? It's nothing, bro. Promise you, it's nothing. I know people that have 6 million in crypto, and they're fucking just, it's just different levels of the game. Is there any risk of losing your deposits while in these pills? Can you get liquidated? No, you can only get sold to the other asset, and that's why we recommend setting wide ranges and doing assets you like. I recently put everything I had into 7K Ethereum USDC pool. I'm guessing it's the same as mine. It was earning $64 a day. That's nice. Very fucking good. Mostly less than the last few weeks. If I had done this 1 year ago, I would have moved to Thailand, bro. There you go. So look, you said you had 70K drained before you did pools, or I'm guessing you got hacked before this. So here's the thing. Now you have 1 year to get yourself up to, I want to get you, before you come to Thailand, get yourself up to $150 consistently. And you can either do it by the compounding, you're at 4.5K a month. Come to Thailand, we'll see you next year. We'll shake fucking hands. You're almost halfway. Okay, so you got lost 70K, you got drained before in some other little hack. Okay, big lesson, big fucking, you take that L as a lesson, or you take it as a loss. So take it as a lesson, and it looks like you're back in the game. All you need to do now is ask yourself how you got that 70K before, which I'm guessing was working, and you have 7K compounding. So we'll see you in Thailand in 1 year. Why XRP is not in your top 5? I mean, it's just not a fucking coin that's just safe. Okay, it's a very high risk coin. It's done fucking nothing, but at least I still have it. It's done nothing, bro. It's been a terrible coin to hold against Bitcoin. Terrible hold. Because XRP sucks. There you go. XRP is fine. I have the 5,186.6 XRP if you want to round it for a good reason as a what if case. But I refuse to put anything more than 5,000 actual XRP coins. It's done well. It's been at a double. It's now at $7,000. But I'm not going to go heavy into a coin that I don't think is safe. It's not safe at all. Because all the guys that were calling for a minimum fucking $10 XRP in 2021, it's 2026 and we haven't even fucking came close to 10. So where are those guys now? They're still hiding, bro. You'll get there maybe eventually, but there's been better fucking horses to back. That's why. But again, I'm a fan. If I didn't have it, or if I wasn't a fan, I wouldn't hold it. I'd rather be in Jasmy than XRP. I wouldn't rather be in Jasmy than XRP. Jasmy's been terrible. Absolute disgusting coin. Hope it works out, but no good. No bueno. Let's check. Let's fact check. Let's have a look. Oh, God. So you're telling me, Classic Imperial, I love you, I want you to win, but you're down 99.5%. Are you kidding me? You'd rather be in this than XRP? Chat, can you help me out here? This guy needs to be fucking saved, bro. This is what we mean when we say buying the dip that keeps on dipping. You're betting on losing horses. You're going to get wrecked. I mean, yeah, sure. Just help me out, guys. Like, I just look at mathematics. You know, your grandmother has went to the hospital, and she's on her last life, and this is the fucking heart rate, and now she's dead. She's dead. I get the vision. It's the Bitcoin to China or Japan, whatever, but it doesn't fucking matter about the vision, because look at the chart. It's made you no money. It's cost you 99% of your wealth. Every $100,000 you put in this coin, you're left with one. You put $1 million in this, you're left with fucking $9,000. Are you kidding me? It's just numbers, bro. And if you compare this to Bitcoin, GG. Cheapy Crypto made a video on HBAR. I don't know if that is, but cool. The users hold more than 10K will be an elite. Okay, well, I guess I'm in the million range, so I'm 100x more than that. I chuckled that Jake has over 1 million HBAR. You believe? I mean, I hope so, bro. There's a reason why I believe you want to take one huge bet on at least one or two altcoins, but still having more Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, and obviously if that altcoin does well, it'll probably outperform. Like, my HBAR has slipped Ethereum many times in the amount I've held it. But yeah, that's the reason I took the bet on that. Because I just wanted one coin, and that's what it was. And we'll just see. Everybody always asks me if I'm buying more, if I'm selling more. No, it's just there. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully it pays off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it will, it's gonna do some damage. So, and I don't recommend you guys to buy HBAR. You guys, maybe it's Jasmy coin for you, but this thing just makes me very scared. Very scared. What do you do with the coins that are down more than 70%? Just let it run. Yeah, for me personally, if we just look at this from top to bottom in profit or loss, Gala Games, I mean, I'm down 16K in this. I only have $4,000 left in this. It's not worth it for me to sell this. So Illumium's another perfect example. I used to have, was that $12,000 in this bet? It's only got 516 left. Like, it's not worth it for me to take this $516. It might be for you, depending on your size of portfolio, but my portfolio is at 621K. What's $516 going to do? I'd rather let this run to zero than sell it. There's no fucking point, because I'm going to be more pissed off, and the 0.1% chance that Illumium does well to sell it at $516. Now, again, if $516 and you have $1,000, it's 50% of your bag. I would fucking move it. But for me, there's no point. Can I get the daily Polygon shout out? Polygon has been trash coin. We'll shout it out. God bless. We hope it does well. This guy's legit. If he has 621K in crypto portfolio, that's super impressive. I don't think it is impressive, but I've shared this portfolio since 2020. I don't think it is impressive, especially when it's been down from 1.3 million. But what I've did is I've put stuff in DeFi pills and I've just kept going. I lost it all in 2022. I built it back up again. So I can promise you it is legit, but I don't think it is impressive. But, everybody starts somewhere. And I'm probably the only guy that shows his portfolio when it's tough. When it's good, I'll show it even more. But when it's tough, I'll just fucking show you, bro. Last 90 days. Last 90 days, you're almost at 900K here. So down 300K. It sucks. But what can you do? Render's one of my larger bags. Hopefully it does well. Bro, this guy's the final boss. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dove, SAL, top 5 for the win. Amazing, man. I like the fact that you put Bitcoin, Ethereum in the H bar there, even Bitcoin, Ethereum. So, can't roast you. Don't know what the other coins are. Keep going. I like Monad now. Thanks for the info, Jake. So, just to be, I don't necessarily like Monad. I'm using Monad for the Monad chain on this Ethereum. So, I don't hold the Monad. When I started these pools, I held Monad, like, I just put in $19,700 before the stream. Literally right before the stream. So, I bought that 20K in Monad for a split second, but I'm not holding Monad, just to be clear. I don't necessarily like Monad. I don't care about Monad, but I'm using the Monad chain. So, I'm not telling you guys to buy Monad. I hold zero fucking Monad, just to be clear. Just to sum that up. Hopefully that makes sense. Is VPAT secure? Never used it for years. You need to make sure your MetaMask or Rabbit wallet is secure. That's the difference. Wait until BTC goes to $1 million, he will have 4.5 million. That's correct. But we're a long way away from that. That would be correct. And my goal was always to get at least 5 Bitcoin, if not 10 in the long term. So we'll see how well that does. I could do that right now, but I don't believe it's the best play right now. So I'm using Ethereum pools to get cash flow to maybe do that one down the line. Solana is next, maybe. I haven't seen any issues with VFAT so far. It's been smooth. Yeah, the only thing with issues with VFAT is sometimes it can be laggy when you're depositing in pools. Like the pool I just did before this stream, it took me 3 attempts. Of nothing being wrong, it just kept saying transaction failed. So a lot of people are asking us that. I have the same issues all the time. Just bang it in again, and then do it another time, and it works. The other thing I don't like about VFAT is, like I said, the APRs are kind of inflated sometimes. So don't expect 133, but be happy with 70% per year. You're somewhere in that range right now. Hopefully it fixes up. In the last 2 months, it's been like this, but before that, it's been fine. So that's the only issues, but it's not really an issue. ETH fees are horrible coming from the HBAR network, but the Monad chain is easier to handle with the lower fees. Yeah, that's why I did Monad. Won't the banks use XRP? Well, that's what everybody's been telling, and that's why they think it's going to $100,000, but that's not happened. Yes. XRP is in my top 5. Keep asking questions, guys. I'll keep going through. 125 guys in here. Again, if you guys want to learn how to monetize your portfolio, link in description. Again, hopefully you guys don't mind me plugging this because I try and give you as much value, and we really want to help you. Our goal is to get you back your investment as fast as possible, and you get to learn with us and scale with us, and there's so much fucking hand-holding we do. So if you want it, we've got 154 members, and we are scaling it very fast. My screen is not set to full screen. I mean, sorry, bro. Like my podcasting skills are not good, bro. I just come on, talk some shit, give you guys value, show you what I'm doing. I'm not going to be the guy for perfect fucking screen capture and everything. That's just me, bro. The guy that cares about how the lighting looks, how it fucking looks on camera, he's just going to fucking give you fucking basic fucking advice and not show you the real of a cryptocurrency investor. So, sorry if my screen on the left is cranked out. I just fucking turn live when we talk. Smoking any Thai sticks out there? I don't know what that means. Please clarify. Bro, I see you next year in Thailand. Amazing. You better. Okay? You better. I'll see you there as well. Big respect reacting to all the comments. Yeah, there's no bad comment. People say I miss comments. I'll fucking read all the comments because there's so fucking many. I'll answer any single comment. Any single comment. I don't care, bro. Because if it's a good comment, I'd actually want to help you. If it's a bad comment and a stupid comment, I'll try and be funny, but I'll try and help you. Unless nobody is like mocking each other in chat, like we should never do that because we're all on the same page. We all want to win. So as long as you don't break any rule, you can bully me all you want. I don't care. I've got thick skin. But if you're bullying other people in the chat, I don't fucking like that. I don't like that because people come in here, if that's to laugh, if that's to learn, if that's to see what I'm doing, or if that's to just talk to other fucking people that are inside the online world that they can't talk to the real world. And if you guys are bullying each other, I don't fucking like that. And you should be respectful to each other. Be disrespectful towards me. You know, I'm the fucking YouTuber. That's fine. But don't fucking be disrespectful towards other people. It's just going to be, you know, I'll never block you just because I can't be arsed and I'm too lazy. But just have some common courtesy for other people in this chat. If you wouldn't say it, my mum always taught me, if you wouldn't say it to their face, don't. If you wouldn't say it on to their face, don't say it online, right? Because most of you guys, you wouldn't say any negative comments to people in the real world because most people are too scared. So if you wouldn't do that, just remember that before your comment. But you can say anything to me. I don't mind. Damn, you got shreked on that ILB. Yeah, I did. But really, it's literally nothing to my portfolio. But I would have liked to invested that in Bitcoin or Ethereum. But if you don't take bets, you don't get fucking rewards. What do you, the gaming will do? What do you, the gaming will do? Please fucking speak English. I'm guessing you're asking what do I think of gaming coins? Literally nothing. What if you swap half the portfolio and trade it up? I mean, it's just too risky, man. I want to win for sure. That's why I use DeFi pools, so I don't have to. What's your insights for Crow? Used to like Crypto.com, still do. My brother still uses the Kronos or the Crypto.com app. He's a big believer. Some guys like this. Again, I just look at price. Haven't got any, haven't held in for a while. It was a 21 coin, not to say it can't do well. It's just like, if you're paying Crypto.com to like Binance, because obviously Coinbase don't have their coin as of yet. It's just like you'd be better taking the bet on BNB that has outperformed Kronos. Like Crypto.com should have outperformed BNB because of the less market cap. Just hasn't happened. Just fucking hasn't came anywhere close. BNB would done great. Absolutely fantastic. How do you choose your price targets during a bull run? Problem is I can't. That's why I always hodl. That's why I never sell. I'm here to learn how to make money. All right, make yourself some money. Get yourself in pills or get yourself buying whatever coin you believe in. I'm from the UK. Please help. How do you need help? You know, it's not a good question. Be more specific, because now I'm just asking a question about how to answer a better question, and I hate that. Tip the man from Zora. How to know when it's time to get out? I mean, I don't plan on getting out, man. That's why we really push DeFi pools where you don't really have to get out. But if you want the generic advice, if you're not doing DeFi pools where you don't have income, where you have to get out, the problem with getting out is once you get out, what do you get out to? Well, you either buy something stupid, you buy a new house, you buy fucking real estate property, you buy a car, you buy your wife something. All of these ways lose, though, because now you're out of cryptocurrency, e.g. Bitcoin, Ethereum, if we're just talking about that. Well, an asset class that's going to outperform everything. And if you just get out straight to cash, you also lose because we talked about inflation, e.g. stakes are going up 17% per year. So you will lose to inflation. That's the problem with getting out, okay? And that's why we promote DeFi liquidity pools. If you want to learn it for free, that's what we do. But generic answer, if you do want to get out, because obviously you want to get out some money to have a real fucking good life. Again, that's why we push DeFi liquidity pools. We don't have to get out, but let's say you wanted to get out. You would get out, and maybe when the fear and greed is at like 50, 60, 70, 80. That's the best kind of advice. You're not going to time tops. You're not going to time bottoms. You're not going to find price prediction. It's not going to help you. I'll be in Thailand late April or May. Well, I won't see you because I'll be in Vegas. So if I come back, which I will, and you're still there, let me know. What's your view on Brett, bro? I mean, I milked it for its worth. I was running a liquidity pool up from like $120,000, printing about $50,000 in fees. Still have a lot of the Brett. The Brett went to 20 cents. It's down at 1 cent. So the good news is I covered my ass with that $50,000 worth of fees. The bad news is that Brett went down, so I'm kind of break even. So we'll see. I swapped my portfolio halfway before it went 50% to Ethereum. I'm trading it now. Do you think I should use profits to buy spot or do pools or to add to trading balance? I think you should choose one and go all in. So whatever one you like, you do one. You have to be the master of just doing one thing. Because then you're like the guy that's trying to start a YouTube channel, and then he tries to start a trading account, and then he starts to start an e-commerce business, and then he tries to start SMA, then he just starts to do cold calling, and then he starts to find a sales job. And there's a real thing where it goes a little circle, you have all this energy, and you try and do all these little things, you get nowhere, and the guy that just does one thing, he wins. So that's what I think you should do. Jake, if I make it big, I'll buy you and Parker everybody stakes at Sukhumvit. Okay, let us know when you're there, and we'll be fucking there to shake your hand. Hi Jake, fair play. You've been so honest about crypto and what you got and haven't. Aren't afraid to say when you're down. Like 98% of other YouTubers, these pills seem okay, unsure how to do it. If you're unsure, bro, book a call. The worst thing you get is a free call, but I appreciate you being here. But that's what we do. We have that group that is paid for, by the way. Let's just be fucking honest, but our goal is to get you back your investment. Is if you don't have a portfolio and your portfolio is like low, you got to learn this by yourself because it's not going to make sense. But for the kind of 10, 20, 30K portfolio guys, we almost guarantee that you get your investment back pretty fast, because if you push the right buttons that we tell you to do, and again, we're not taking any risk because we're only monetizing coins you have. So regardless of whatever coins you have, we just put it to work. So if you want that one-to-one help, you can do so. If you don't, I appreciate you being here, and I'll try and give you as much free sauce as possible. Like, you guys can see I'll answer any single question. I'll go out my way to click on new links to find the questions for you. So I don't care. Do you invest in stocks? Yes, I do. I've told you this before. I have 521,000, fuck's sake, pound in just the S&P and the FTSE 100. So mostly S&P, but we can't buy the S&P in the UK. We have to buy a fund called VUAG, which is Vanguard's version of Tract. So I guess I have $750,000 in the S&P, which is bigger than my cryptocurrency portfolio right now, which is funny. Thai stick is weed. No, I don't do weed. Literally fucking dumb to do weed. I don't want to be just stupid. Like, weed makes you slow and it makes you unmotivated and it makes you think everything is fine. And if you're not in a good situation, weed will make you literally dumb. Weed is the worst thing you can do if you're trying to grow as a man. I don't want to say drugs, but I like drugs that make me fast and make me motivated, e.g. nicotine, e.g. caffeine. I don't like drugs that make me slow. Dumb. What's a safe pool? Ethereum USDT worth if you have like 110K? Well, I have $68,000 in that exact pool, so that's what I would say, because I do that for me, not what you should do. But I already held the Ethereum and USDC anyways, so that's what I did. So I would ask yourself, oh, you got it in USD? What I would do is I would book that free call and we'll literally fucking implement it for you. And with that, you'll be making more than 10K per month. So book a free call. Yeah, I don't like weed, bro. Jake, do you look at the past 7-day fees compared to TVL or any project APR? I recently started looking up pills on Uniswap to check my volume over the past months. Well, I don't look at Uniswap. I use VFAT as an aggregator in between, and that's because, like, once you start having a bunch of pills, like you have different chains, etc., VFAT is just that middleman. The only things I look at on pills is, number one, what asset do I want to have? Okay, and if it is an asset against stablecoins. Number two is, what is the APR? And I'll usually take off 40 to 50% to get the true APR, especially right now. And then I'll look at how wide can I go these ranges, and that's why I have multiple ranges. So that's the only thing I look at. I don't look at the other stuff, to be honest. And then I'll do a little test, okay, $50, $100, and see if it's somewhat accurate. Like, I had a pill the other day, 2 new pills. I had another Ethereum pill and I had a Bitcoin pill. Gave it 3 days, fees weren't anywhere close, and that's why I still have this one pill here, because this is paying what I want to make, which is that 8% minimum per month, and that's the only reason why I'm in these pills right now. If this changes, you'll see me flock to other pills, but right now, I'm very happy with these pills. So that's what I look at, bro. Yeah, weed is legalized. Again, weed can be legal all it wants. It doesn't matter if weed was legal in the UK, USA. I still wouldn't take it because it makes you literally slow. It makes you dumb. So no, don't take weed, bro. Like, we guys are winners. Weed is not going to make you win, bro, in my opinion. No matter if some influencers have done so well, like, has done it, just don't do it. You're literally putting yourself at a disadvantage. Did you have any problems with Cryptonomy? Yeah, I believe they went down, they flocked to Nomi. I have no idea what's happening. Yeah, big fucking issues, man. Big fucking issues over there. So I'm trying to keep up to their Twitter. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. I have no idea. Literally no idea. I've tried messaging their team, and then they flop to Nomi, and like, they just don't fucking reply. Yeah. Can you explain how to minimize losses in these pills? Well, it depends what you mean as losses. If you're doing it against Ethereum USDC, which I'm just going to talk about my pills because I don't know what pill you're talking about. How do you minimize it? Well, if the price is going down, well, you're not really losing it. You're just getting sold to more Ethereum. Just like if your portfolio is going down, like you can see mine in the last 90 days, right? It's went down. In the last 24 hours, it's went like up 9,000 whatever percent, right? So if you're in wide ranges, and that's why I have wide ranges and multiple different ranges, because I always want to print fees. So hopefully that makes sense. If your coin goes down, the value is going to go down, but the whole thing is, did you get more of that coin that you believe in? Thank you for the $10, my man. A small token for the value you and Parker have given. Lunch or dinner, your choice. Nice. We will spend that today. Thank you very much. The problem is, I think YouTube takes 50% of donations. So $5, $2.50, we'll buy some cheap chicken and rice, or we'll buy one of these waters. Thank you, brother. It goes a long way. Abu has to buy his own field. So the fact that you know who Abu is just showed that you're a fucking real one. The problem is, Abu fucking eats for free. He's the most overpaid editor. Because not only does he get paid for videos, he's in an $8,000 penthouse right now. For the past 2 weeks, he's in at a fucking $15,000 mastermind. So he's the most overpaid editor in the game because everything's free. We love Abu. And the problem is he's so fucking lazy. But it is what it is. We appreciate you. And the fact that you know Abu shows you a real one. I love you. Can you go over the ranges you choose and how to select them and what the ranges exactly? Okay, I'll do this. I've done this many times. So I have multiple ranges. It's better to show this in here. I have the new pool. The bottom is 1.3. The top is 2.3. The whole goal for this is to win long term. E.g., if it goes up, I'm cash out to USDC. I print a bunch of the fees, and I also get cash out to USDC, so I took profits plus the fees. That's a win. Remember, this is not for me to stack Ethereum. I already have 60 Ethereum, so that's a different game. The bottom range is true as well. If it goes to 1.3, I would actually like that as well, because yes, I'm stacked out. I'm not earning any fees, but then what? This one pool here at 1,091, and we also have another pool down at 1,025. I always want to have at least one pool in play, because I believe even if we touch these ranges, it'll only be short term. Okay, so I'm still holding them anyways, just like a spot position, but I have these other pools that pay off. And then I stack the USDC, which right now is $3,000, which is a nice milestone for this Thailand portfolio, to maybe open new pools down here, or maybe to do whatever I want with Bitcoin or other altcoins. Doesn't really matter. My whole goal is to have these wide ranges, some small, some wider, all the way up to $3,200. And then I will evaluate, because I believe Ethereum will go here eventually, because it is Ethereum and it is my favorite altcoin, regardless of H-bar, but it is my guaranteed one, in my opinion. And I just have a bunch of ranges. That's just the way I run it, bro. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you can take some of that to do whatever you want with. Why is the title the next 6 to 9 months once in a lifetime? Because that's what gets clicks, bro. That's what gets clicks. So I have to play the YouTube game, but hopefully you can see beneath the titles and get the actual value here. So that's why, bro. Like, don't worry about the title. If you're still here, 50 minutes in a live stream, you obviously found some value, almost an hour worth of value. So, like, obviously it was a good video to keep you here 50 minutes, right? So it's just the YouTube game, bro. Hopefully that's okay with you. And if it's not, you know, it is what it is. Go and watch somebody else's video that has a clickbait title and also gives you no value. Do you know what I mean? Is it a good buy at these prices? Is ETH a good buy at these prices? Yes, I just bought $20,000 worth this morning to put it in a pool. My opinion, not yours. That's what I did. Charles Hoskins is doing great things building for the future. Would you consider holding ADA? No, because ADA has went down and ADA is not performing well against Ethereum or Bitcoin. He might be doing great things, but price doesn't reflect what he is doing. So, e.g., I am not interested right now. All the potheads hit butt hurt. Yes, stop fucking smoking weed. It makes you stupid. It just is, bro. It just is. I've done it 2 times in my life, both in Thailand. And what's happened was, every time I've done it, 2 times, done it with my friend called Alex twice, right? And we're like, okay, maybe it'll make us fucking smarter or chill down. And every time we did it, we felt retarded, and then we just ate junk food. Never again. Dumb. I get why you do it. It makes you feel good. It can take you away your mind and make you relax. But if you want to relax, Joe, just fucking go to sleep. My mom used to always say, and she still does say this, like, literally, if you're if you're bored or you want to relax, literally go and read a book or go to sleep. And if you can't sleep, read the book, because at least you'll get better. Why you want to smoke weed? Just to feel good. Like, people have to stop thinking about how to feel good. It's not supposed to be good, this life. This good is supposed to maybe have some good times, but it's supposed to be massive pain. If you want to fucking change your life, you have to go through massive pain. E.g., what we're feeling right now in cryptocurrency. There's no light without dark. It's going to be painful. And if you guys are taking drugs that make it ease off the pain, when the real pain happens, you need to keep taking that drug until the day you die. Dumb people smoking weed, bro. Waste of time. Not here to discredit. You can do what you want, but I think it's dumb. Do you think Link will be a great hold like H-bar? I mean, Parker likes it, but I don't really care about it. I think it's a great project, but there's a reason why I have H-bar instead of Link. Doesn't really matter to me. I think they both do well. Good morning from Manchester. It's a bit early. It's a bit early for you. It's late for me. It's almost 1 p.m. I feel like buying opportunity that we have right now this year won't happen until another 3 years from now, so stack your bags. Currently have 200K, put all my earnings in crypto. Congratulations. Good fucking portfolio there, man. When you deposit money in pools, can you take it out anytime? Absolutely. This is not staking. This is why we literally feel comfortable. So let's pretend, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to exit this pool because I'm fucking here for a reason. I would exit to Monad, sell the Monad on this example of this pool, okay? Or I could come in here and just harvest it or exit as Ethereum, right? So I can exit this any single time. But why would I want to? But yes, you can. And again, if you say, okay, well, Jake, maybe that's not true. This is why we always say put $100 in and take it out and just see what happens. And there you go. Now you have full confidence you can exit. So that's what I would do. Link is solid token, but it's on the Hedera HBAL console too. Amazing. Been stacking Link. Okay, we're coming out of time. We've almost been here an hour. So last couple of questions. So once the price hits the top of the bottom of your range, the pool automatically sells everything for USDC. Well, the bottom would be Ethereum. The top would be USDC. But you can still sit there if you want, right? It's up to you what you do at that point. My whole goal is income. Wouldn't these all be taxable events for someone in USA like me? Oh yeah, it's treated as income, or you can maybe set an LLC over it. That's what you want to do. But again, at least you're printing the money. So again, people always fear taxes, and I get fucking taxes. And if you can pay the least amount of taxes that is legal, you want to find a way how to do that. But again, people always cry about taxes. I always relate this back to my e-com journey. It's like the guys that worried about setting up taxis when they made no money in e-commerce, like drop shipping, they never fucking made it because they were worried about all these LLCs to set these up and then nothing happened. The guys that didn't care about taxes until they were hitting 10K per month, those were the guys that made it. Okay? That's what happens. So I wouldn't worry about this stuff, to be honest, right now. You're a small fry, I'm guessing, if you've never set up a pool. Get the pools up to 2, 3K per month and then maybe pay your taxes if you want. It's up to you. But in USA, you're probably going to have to pay them. That's just reality. Andrew Tate says Bitcoin will go to $27,000. Again, love him, hate him. He doesn't fucking know anything. Neither do I. We just fucking see what happens. That's the game. Nobody fucking knows, bro. But I hope he's right as well, because my Ethereum will be so fucking low and be printing so much money and I can buy a fuck ton more. So I hope he's right. I'm so old school, still on Dino coins, Digibyte with the new DigiDollar. I don't know what you're talking about, but Digibyte sounds like a coin, I'm guessing, but I don't know. What goes up must come down. Same goes with dopamine, aka temporary weed happiness, balance. And yeah, exactly. So the best thing I can, to stop smoking weed, the best thing is just to go to early bed, read the, don't sit on your phone all fucking night and watch reels. Dumb. Wake up early. Caffeine is nice. It's like a super drug, you know. There's a story about like back in the days, like 1950s, 1960s. I think I can't remember the exact time frame, but like people would literally give their staff caffeine. They would have caffeine breaks because it made them so productive. You know, as long as you don't take it after like 1, 2 p.m. so you can still go to sleep, you're fine. But we just fucking, it blocks all the pain and it just gives you temporary happiness. So then you have to take it. It's just people are reason get in my country addicted to cocaine. They want that high and eventually that stops happening. They need to take more and more and more and more and eventually they die. So like, just stay away from this stuff and just drink coffee and just have nicotine gum if you want to take it to that extent. And that's as far as you need to go, to be honest. Jake, the Netherlands is implementing a 36% unrealized gains tax. Can you open a bank account in Thailand? And is it easy to get permanent visa residency? Yes, you can. You need to jump through some hoopholes. They have a 5-year DTV visa. If you want to do that, it'll cost you about $1,300 for 5 years. We don't have to come in and out, which is nice. So you can do that, and you can still open up some bank accounts. There's a bunch of things you can do. We have an account online that will pretty much do everything for you. Yeah, so definitely can do that. We give it most of our guys in our 10K fast track that want that next connection. It saves them about $5,000. So if you want to print more money, you want to save a bunch of tax or get a Thai visa thing. If you come to Thailand, you can also get the best of both worlds if you do decide to join our one-to-one program. Bro, Digibyte and the DigiDollar is incredible. Okay, again, I'm not shy away from any questions. Again, we're running out of time here, but again, I'll always fucking keep answering questions. But the problem is, we're never going to stop. I mean, bro, the problem with this is, what do we think the problem with this coin is? Again, fucking love you, bro, but it's just like, what has it done since 21? And it goes back to the OG coins. 2017, great bull run. 2021, okay, it did better in 2017, but what has it done, bro? It doesn't matter about this price promise with ADA and Digibyte, and they're doing so much things. It didn't get you rich. It didn't hold value against the USD. You lost money and you got destroyed by Bitcoin in 23, 24, and 25. That's the reality. So if it didn't beat Bitcoin, you'd be better off holding Bitcoin. That's just what my opinion on that is, because I want you guys to win. Now, if you got a little speculative bet in this, like I had on Lumium Gala Games, and it's fine. But if you don't have any Bitcoin, you don't have any Ethereum, your whole portfolio is bet on this, and you're going to lose. It doesn't matter if it was the top 10 coin in 2014. Times have changed. It's 2026. Think of all those gaming meme coins that were great until they weren't. Nobody talks about them now. Your honesty is what keeps me going. Keep it up. No worries, bro. If I can be honest, if I can be transparent, and if that's what keeps you going, here we are. It's the reason why I do this, because nobody in the real world, when I started to make YouTube videos, would listen, so we took it online, and look where we are. We built a good life out of it, and hopefully it's inspired you guys to stay in the game. I'm hyped for the DigiDollar. Okay, all right. We'll do one more question. 2 more questions maximum, but there's too many questions here. We appreciate you guys. Again, if you want to fast track yourself, you can book a free call. We'd love to have you. If not, I'll answer every question as fast as possible. But we do have that if you're interested. And hopefully you got some value at this one. Hopefully you're Cam. I want to join your program, but I have to get up to $150 a day first. I need all the money. I will reach out eventually. Yeah, no worries. There's no hard sell, bro. Like, the fact that you're already taking action by yourself, fucking go for it. Just keep going for it. There's no fucking hard sell. DigiDollar's the first truly decentralized. I mean, bro, you guys are best buddies. Marcus, funded. This is what this YouTuber is about. So even though we looked at the price of DigiDollar, it doesn't even matter what I say. You guys are obviously in the same coins, and like you've met each other in my YouTube fucking comments online. This is why I started this fucking YouTube channel, because people will fucking hang around with other people and you get interested in the projects, and that is what creates a fucking good relationship and a great network. So you guys should probably find each other on YouTube, or just post a video on your own channel so the other guy can comment and get each other's Telegram or WhatsApp. Watch out for scammers or ghosts. You guys should probably connect in the real world or online. Like, you guys are on the same fucking path. Get yourself each other's contact numbers. Don't drop your mobile number, but you guys should be fucking networking. Like, you've just fucking built a good connection there. Get your fucking self-contact information and start speaking to each other, because that's what this channel's about. All right, boys, I gotta go. It's been a pleasure. It's gym time, 1 p.m. Pleasure. Banging chat today. Good connections built. Great questions. Better questions than last time. Hopefully, we'll get good questions all the time. But I appreciate you guys being here. It's all love.